This is hands down my favorite section of the entire course. To find a job that you are passionate about and then to land that job is an absolute amazing thing. It is our privilege to help you out along the way. And we're here to do everything possible to see that your dream comes true. We fully understand that everyone is coming from a different place on this journey. Maybe you've just graduated college and you're looking for that first job. Maybe you're transferring in from a different industry. Maybe you don't like interviewing. Maybe you're unsure about how to put together a compelling resume and CV and cover letter that will get your name in front of recruiters. Now, let me tell you this. Landing a job is 100% doable. Over the course of our careers, we've seen hundreds of people do what you're just about to go set out and do. And so what we've done is broke this down into some very manageable steps that you'll be able to go take specific actions on that will guide you through this journey. There are two key concepts that I want to cover before we start jumping into the tactics. The first, interviewing is like a muscle that needs to be trained. There's no one in this world who shows up amazing at interviewing without ever having to practice, do research, or test their abilities. The more you practice at interviewing, the better you'll be at it. And the better you are at interviewing, the more likely you are to land a job. The second is that interviewing is a competitive process. There are going to be other candidates applying to this job. And often, when you don't get that job, it has nothing to do with you. You may just not be the right fit, or there may be better candidates that are also applying for the job. But that doesn't mean you give up. That doesn't mean you stop trying. You polish up your skills, you look for experience you can add to the resume, you find other jobs that may be a better fit for you, and you go back out there and keep applying. I've interviewed and applied to numerous jobs that I would have loved to have and didn't get. But I didn't give up. I didn't quit. You keep going and applying until you find that right fit and that right job, which you'll land. No problem. Now, let's jump into the tactics. We're going to show you how to craft your story. People hire stories. They look at resumes, cover letters, and interviews, and they try and figure out, why does this person want this job? How will this person be effective in this role? Do we want to work day in and day out with these people? And that is all the story in which you bring to the table. This will help in creating your resume, creating your cover letter, and nailing your interview so much more easier if you have a story. And they're very easy to create. We're going to show you how to build the package. How do you create a resume that makes you stand out? What are some of those keywords and experiences that a hiring manager is looking for when going through the piles and piles of resumes? How can you bring your story to life in your cover letter? Is there a way to include some relevant experience so maybe when a hiring manager is going through your package, they can better understand your capabilities and knowledge sets? Lastly, we're going to show you some specific tactics to nail the interview. What are some of the best ways to prepare? How do you present your best self? What's the way to use 3 examples to nail 85% of the questions? And then lastly, what are some of the most powerful questions you can ask at the end of interviews that will guarantee you stand out from the competition? We've also provided some of the best information the internet has to offer on interviewing tips and tricks. Those will be provided in easy to access links. With all of this information, you can feel confident going into that interview that you're going to put your best foot forward. I can't personally tell you how excited I am for you to land that job. Now, go get to work.